Alright, we are at Monday, week 2, July 1998. The last episode was Unforgiven. And on that show, we had Ahmed Johnson defeat Chris Candido. Too Cool defeats William Regal and Lance Storm, but Val Venus of the Un-Americans defeat Rikishi. So the Too Cool versus Un-Americans feud not over. Umaga defeated Psycho Sid in what could be Psycho Sid's last match. The Marvelous Ones defeated the APA, and APA is facing another tag team tonight to determine number one contender. Brian Pillman took care of Al Snow, continuing his hot streak as the top heel. DX defeated Nation Domination elimination match with Triple H, eliminating Owen Hart and The Rock in the last 10 minutes by himself. The Undertaker defeated Kane in a Hell in a Cell match. Undertaker's in a big segment tonight. He's in the second to last segment. And then we had Stone Cold defeat Mankind to retain his title. So let's kick it off with Mankind. Alright, so Mankind is in the ring, cutting a promo about his match last night. But, Brian Pillman comes out and they agree to a matchup later that night. Very similar to what we see on Raw all the time. And this pretty much is the starting of what could be a new feud for Mankind. Or it could just be a week thing. From there, we go to Chavo Guerrero and Billy Kidman versus Corporation. Corporation here wins pretty quickly, making themselves look very good in the process. Won by Samoan drop. Chavo has been, just been a little bit of a, not much to do with him. I couldn't think of the word I wanted to use. So, and Eddie got fired to clean up. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do with Chavo. If anything, if I send him back down developmental, which I actually might, just to fine-tune his skills before I hire Eddie back. Right after that, The Rock is in the ring with Owen and Mark Henry. No Ron Killings or D'Lo. Godfather's out there. And he says, you know what, comma, we're done with you. You know what, we're done with you. And then right there, Mark Henry starts beating down comma, putting him out of action for a little bit. And then The Rock, starting to hit comma. Pretty much get their heat back. They blame comma for the loss last night. And, just to get their heat back. From there, we go into APA versus Rabbit Dog, Road Dogg, and Batista. When Batista defeated Farouk by pinfall. Pretty much to set up Rabbit Dog going for tag titles now that their feud with the Nation is done. They're part of the feud. Here, they cut a promo on the Marvelous Ones, pretty much saying, we want the tag titles. D-Generation X wants the tag titles, blah blah blah. Al Snow is backstage, walking, and when Brian Pillman just pops up out of nowhere and sneak attacks Al Snow, leading the way. Al Snow, friend of Mankind, so we're playing up that role here, and then this is just a way to get Brian Pillman some heat, continue heat, and then get Al Snow in the show a little bit. Here, D'Lo Brown confronts Mark Henry like, dude, what the hell happened with Kama earlier? Like, what? He's starting to tease himself, having some dissension, and tease that he wasn't okay with him just taking out Kama like that. We then go into Owen Hart versus Ahmed Johnson. Owen Hart defeats Ahmed Johnson by pinfall after Candido interfered, and this is was for the European title. X-Pac was on commentary. A lot of moving parts here. Pretty much Owen versus Ahmed in the ring. X-Pac on commentary. And then freaking Chris Candido interfered. And then after the match, X-Pac attacked Owen Hart. Hit him with the spin kick just to send a message. We go straight into Un-Americans promo and Too Cool and Rikishi, very much like last week. Continuing that feud. They're going to, I think Lance Storm might face Rikishi next week. We're going to do a singles match, probably with Rikishi next week. From there, we go to Rock versus Bob Holly. Rock picks up the win here with the people's elbow. But then after the match, Triple H gets in the ring. They have a stare down, going towards a match at SummerSlam. We then go to Stone Cold and Vince McMahon in the ring, trading words. Stone Cold says, Vince, you've thrown everything at me, and yet I am still the WWF champion, this, that, and other. And then, then Undertaker comes out. Undertaker just defeated Kane last night for Hell in a Cell. He tells Austin he wants his chance at the title. He deserves it. And Stone Cold, like no match is agreed upon. It's just made known that Undertaker wants the title. Then the main event, Brian Pillman versus Mankind, ends when Mankind defeats Brian Pillman after Marlena distracted Pillman. So if you remember, Marlena is Brian Pillman's manager, so she can cost some matches here, and she cost him a match right here against Mankind. Pretty good show, 89 rating. I will fucking take this any day of the week, every show. Really like the I'm really liking the Mankind Brian Pillman feud. Seems like Mankind brings out the best in Pillman, so that might continue. It's gonna be fun to have Brian Pillman get his heat back next week. And then what's up with the Undertaker and Stone Cold? And then is there gonna be a gimmick match in The Rock and Triple H? Pretty much those are the three big feuds right now. So let's see if we beat WCW. I will look up the score because I don't remember it. I'll see you at the titles. Alright, we are at 34-23 me. We pick up the win here. Ooh, tough win. But still, 86-89. We pick up the win here. 35-23. Any matches? Pretty good show. Vader and Chuck Palumbo versus two guys I never heard of. Davey Boy versus Stevie Ray. Outsiders defeat Next Big Things, which I think has Hugh Morris or something in it. Luger and Sting defeat Disco and Morris. DDP versus Bill Goldberg. What has to be Goldberg's best match in the year, or best singles match ever. Excuse me. Roddy Piper defeated Bret Hart in a WrestleMania 8 or 7 rematch. And then Hogan defeated Giant in the main event. Nothing that really stood out in their show. I had a couple things stand out, but the quality of the overall show might have beat me. Except I just had the more entertaining parts of the show. So like the whole show, they might have me won. Except I think I have them beat on better segments, but they have me beat in better matches for once. Except the main event, I think their last two matches have been outshined by Mankind versus Brian Pillman. Because Pillman's a very hot heel, Mankind's a very hot face. So let's pair those two together and give them a long time instead of, a 5-minute match here and 5-minute match here. So it's going to be it for this episode. I believe it is 35-23. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.